Hello and welcome
Jesus.
to... What?
It was real loud.
Hello and welcome to, us kind of not keeping our promise. But we did post out videos, didn't we? We said that we were going to be really up to date with weekly wrap-ups, and then we realised that tags were a lot more fun to record, so we just recorded a load of those and forgot our last 3 weekly wrap-ups.
Yeah.
So, spotting
Well,
our...
we did read the books, though, so that
did.
does count.
We did read the books.
We just didn't record it.
But now, it leaves us, at the end of May, 3 weekly wrap-ups not uploaded, so we're going to do we're going to do 2 books each in this video, and then we're going to do a more in-depth one, aren't we, later on?
Yes.
The final one, aren't we?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll fit in
These other videos,
special.
though.
Yeah, there's loads of other videos. Check them out. And there's more exciting stuff to come. We're going to do some really exciting stuff.
Yeah. Got bungee jump and stuff.
Yeah. While reading. Right, are you going first on your books?
I am. So, this first one wasn't on my original TBR. I cheated, but I don't care, because I read this, or I listened to it because it's an audiobook. Loved it so much, had to go tell someone about it. Okay, so now I'm a big fan of a sort of self-development. I enjoy, I'm not good at doing it. So I'm a big fan of watching people talk about self-development and then one day sort of saying, I'm going to do things like that. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to do things like that. Like Tim Ferriss and Iman Gadji and the kind of like Ty Lopez, I guess, in like some respect. People like that I'm a big fan of watching. So when I stumbled across a guy called Alex Hine, I think it is, or Hine, I think it's Alex Hine. He runs the YouTube channel Modern Health Monk. I hope I've got that right. You'll know it if you just search something about that. And I knew from like the first few seconds of his videos, it was going to be like one of my favourite, most watched YouTube channels of the year, and it has been. I've watched more of him in the past week than I've watched of anything. Like ridiculous levels of intense watching. Anyway, he released a book a few years ago called Master the Day. So if you search it, there's Master the Day by Alexander Hine, and that's on Audible, and of course there's a print book. Now, when I first saw it, he talks a lot about habits and daily habits and rituals to get into if you want to be more productive and happier and sort of have that inner Zen peace. And he does a lot about weight loss as well, which is something that we're all in this house trying to accomplish, isn't it? And it was just, this book was a mixture of really cool mindsets or ways to get into the right mindset around staying or getting healthy, and also just being more productive in work and social life, right? So even though it's majority a weight loss book, it doesn't say anything about food, doesn't say anything about a diet plan. It's all about the more important bits. So one of the interesting things I took away from it was that the reason why diets fail isn't because the paleo diet or the keto diet or whatever doesn't work. It's about us. So it's more it's more serious than, it's more deep than just eat less and move more. It's about our mindset, and it's about who we are and changing who we are, and then allowing whatever diet or just whatever lifestyle, getting the right lifestyle to be healthier and better and happier. So yeah,
That's
I've lost 2 pounds since I started reading that.
When did you start reading it?
About 3 days ago.
That's really good. Well done, you.
Thank you. So yeah, that was an audio.
It's our new version of Weight Watchers Club.
Yeah. What a good idea for a video series. Are you still eating crisps?
I just lick the crisps now.
Yes.
That did actually happen when I went to one of those clubs.
What, people licked crisps?
Yeah. So they get all the flavour but don't actually chew the crisp. Oh no, I think a woman ate like 6 bags because she thought it was like healthier. These certain crisps, and they said no, it's only that many calories if you suck the crisps. Sorry, a little
Right. So yeah, I really, really do recommend Alexander Hine's Master the Day, or at least his YouTube channel. Check that out first. He narrates it himself, which is fine. There's a lot of it's really good content in the book. I really enjoyed it, but there is a lot of
oh no
like in the books. So if you can get past that, I know a lot of people don't notice it until someone points it out, so I apologise if that is the case. But I notice it like straight away, and I'm kind of having to go, oh, just listen to the stuff, just listen to the info, just listen to the info.
Do you wish you'd have read it? Because we are kind of going to do this on another video where certain books are reading. And
I enjoy audiobooks a lot. And for instance, last night I couldn't sleep for about 2 or 3 hours. So I just popped that audiobook and I kind of drifted off to it. And that is why I was pleased. But I think the experience of the audiobook didn't hinder the book, but it didn't add anything. So I would have liked it in print just the same. I do think it's a genuinely helpful book, though. One that is great to read, simple, plain English, and just
And
good.
how long is the book?
It's about 6 hours long.
All right,
is the
okay,
audiobook.
so not too...
I don't know how many pages it turns out to be, but not too long, and it's definitely the perfect amount, so it doesn't dribble on like I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
so
that's
stars
really
then?
4 stars.
Really?
Yeah.
So that was worth messing up your TBR for?
It was, actually. I'm only saying 4-star because of the...
Really?
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
So you knocked it down the star because of the narrator?
Yeah, and also because I'd have given it a
that's
5.
really sad.
I would have given it... No. I'd have given it a 5-star, but I don't want to come across as too giddy.
Right.
Actually, no, screw it. The guy put loads of effort in. His YouTube channel's great. He talks... 5 stars. I don't care if you, has swallowing problems. No, it's honestly, the bit that I was about halfway through, I realised it sounded like he was chewing grapes, while talking. Which is quite, no, I'm exaggerating, but it's such a good book. 5 stars, screw it. Fine.
Oh my god. Right, my first one then was this one, The Betrayals. This was on my TBR. I have stuck to my TBR. I've got through the books. I'm so pleased. This one is a really good one. 4 stars for me though. It's not quite because as good as the book is and it's really interesting, nothing happens. The secrets and stuff are not secrets. Nothing. It takes it from 4 people's perspectives. And it is a bit boring. When you think back on it, I do think it's a little bit boring. But it captured me. There was something about it. So best friends Rosie and Lisa were inseparable, and then Lisa ran off with Rosie's husband. So that put an end to that friendship. She then, years and years later, she then writes a letter to Rosie with a few secrets in and stuff what's going on with her. That kind of brings them back together again. Rosie has 3 children, 2 children with Nick, which is her husband that ran off with her friend. Her daughter Daisy has got mental health issues. She is she's got OCD, so she has to repeat things. She does everything in a certain way and things like that. That was really well written. I really got into the characters. I thought it was really good. The teenage son Max blames himself for everything that happened to his sister. The reason why mum and dad split up. So there's that going on. It's very interesting to see the 4 people's perspectives and how they see things differently as the story continues and through the years and things like that. So that's really good. But nothing, it says on the back, there are 4 sides to this story. Who will you believe? There's nothing to believe, if that makes sense. There's nothing really there it's just facts that happen, and they're not even that different. It's they remember it, but that's what happened. There's no hidden secret that someone died or anything. I know that's a spoiler, but there's nothing there. There's just nothing. But it was really good. It's weird that I'm saying that. But that confuses me. Sometimes there are 4 sides to a story. Which one do you believe? Because believe what? There's nothing. So it's really odd, that setup and stuff. But yeah, Fiona Nell. He said Nelly.
No. So that was a joke. It was Neil.
Oh, Neil. Yeah, so I think she did a really good job. She has written another book, The Good Girl, so I'm gonna look into that because I think for if you like character development and stuff, which I do, that's really, really good.
But they don't develop into much, is what you're saying.
No, it's just the blurb. doesn't really like. It kind of sets you up for a non-developing book. None of them would forget that week on the wild Norfolk coasts. I would. I'd forget it. But it's still 4 stars because, yeah, it was good. If you just think, I know that that's really contradictory, but you're just going to have to read the book. And I can guarantee that people say, yeah, it's really good, but... And then when you think back on it, nothing happens. So that's that one.
Right. Sticking to it. Matt Lucas, Little Me from A to Z. Really good. So I was never really a fan of Little Britain, which cast him and David Walliams to fame. I was never really a massive fan of it. I don't know if you were.
Not really. I was more a fan of the second thing that they did.
The Come Fly With Me
one.
Yeah, then I like that one. So yeah, I was a little bit kind of apprehensive about the guy, even though he seemed really nice. He seemed really interesting. But I'm so pleased I read this. It's just, I mean, basically, it's A to Z, so 26 A, B, C, D, 26 chapters about him, and they're all based off, obviously, they all start with a letter of the alphabet, so I is idiot, G is gay, E is eating, B is baldy. So, for example, like E is eating. He talks about like kind of the impact that food has had on his life and the idea of eating and all that kind of stuff. And it's really human. This, as an autobiography, this is exactly what I look for in the sense that this is truly the way that he thinks about things, which is what I'm more interested in rather than the actual events that happen in his life. It's his mindset and, you know, the way he kind of goes about things, which, yeah, I really enjoyed. He talks a lot about Doctor Who in here as well, which is really nice because obviously he played a companion for Doctor Who. So yeah, it was really good. It made me like him a lot. It's one of the things that, like, it doesn't go much into detail about the kind of sad parts, but this whole book has got a really sad underlying sort of theme about it. And although parts are quite funny, don't get me wrong, it's just rather, I don't know, I didn't come away from this happy.
Right.
I kind of really feel for the guy. So that was the sort of, I kind of came away from reading every, like, sort of sitting. I kind of came away going, I hope he's all right. You know,
right,
you know.
Yeah.
But even though it's not like, don't get me wrong, it's not like you're not in tears by it and stuff. But you can really feel the compassion and struggle that this guy's had to do, even though he masks quite a lot of it. And he says right at the start that he's not going to go into details about one of the things that I was really interested in about is you know, I think his partner killed himself, and he wasn't. He doesn't really go much into detail about that because he says that he doesn't want to use that to sell the book, which I kind of get. Yeah. Which obviously is a, you know, better doing that than not, I guess. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say for about 3.5 stars.
Really?
Yeah. It was interesting. It was what I looked for in the sense he was being open and honest. It was underlying with sadness, which was sweet, and it was funny in parts, interesting. But yeah, I just say it didn't. I wouldn't read it again.
Would you recommend it though?
I would recommend it if you're interested in him.
Yeah.
If you've never heard of him, then it probably wouldn't, you know, affect you that much. But if you're interested in Matt Lucas or any of his shows, then yeah, of course.
I like the way he's done it A to Z. I like that. The way they set it out and stuff.
Really interesting way. Well, Stephen Fry did it with like seas and stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen it a few doing it, which is a cool way of doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say it's 3.5 stars. I'd say it's worth it if you are interested in the man.
Okay. Very good. My next one was an audiobook, The Foster Child by Jenny Blackhurst. I gave this 3 stars. Now, it's quite low for me. I started off really enjoying it, but again, I found like these books this week, like, I don't know, I was struggling to get into them to the point where I really enjoyed it. Now, I've looked at other people's reviews of this, and I'm the lowest. People really, really liked it. But I am the lowest. Like, again, like, nothing much happens. So it follows the story of a child psychologist, Imogen Reed. And she moves towns, and he's given a case of an 11-year-old girl who is called Ellie Atkinson. Now she is, I'm not ruining anything, you can read it on the back and you can, so she is the sole survivor of her family of a fire that happened when she was little. So she got put into foster care, she's got a new family now, and various things kind of happen. Now, it is insanely cleverly done. When you get to the end, it blows you away, and it does. But for like a good percentage of the book, close to the end, it was unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary, because it tries to throw you off. It tries to even put some supernatural stuff in there. And I'm like, what? Like, there's no need for it. Which it kind of redeems itself by the ending, by trying to do that. But because you start thinking, going, what is this book? Is it a true? Because I like my psychological thrillers true. And I really didn't think it was kind of unnecessary to put all that in there when it sets you up on a true story. Like what I had the problem with that Behind Her Eyes a couple of videos ago, because that was just completely different to what I expected it to be. And this was kind of similar. In the sense, I don't know if that just kind of put me off, but I really like my books realistic, and I think to chuck something in there that you try and go on this paranormal sort of, like almost superhero power thing, in the middle of a book that he believes like true, is unnecessary. But it does redeem itself, and that's why it's 3 stars. Because I would have given it a 2.5 if it didn't redeem itself, honestly. But nothing much happens. Like it doesn't. It's not as scary as they're kind of made out to be. I know quite a lot of reviews said, oh my god, it's really spooky and intense. No, it's not. Like, not really. Like, it's got some really good parts in there. The characters are quite good. I did kind of, like, the narration was good. I enjoyed the narration. It got me into it and things like that. I don't think I'd have made it through if I read it on paper. On pages, I really don't think I'd have. If I'd have got this on paperback, I don't think I'd have made it through. So it was because of the narrator that I actually made it through.
Wow.
So that's good. But I certainly would recommend it. But I just got slightly confused. I thought there was a lot of unnecessary things in there towards the end. So 3 stars, which is quite low for me. Innit?
Well, I don't know. You're quite picky, aren't you, when you come to books?
I just like to be captured.
Yes.
So,
of course.
Yeah. So, there you go.
Well, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I hate to end it on a downer like that.
I know. So
I really want a book that I
end up leaving these things so depressed. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do check out some of the tags or other things we've been uploading recently, if you wish.
There is more stuff to come. A lot of fun stuff that we've got. Please check in for the last review of the books that we've read. I think we have both stuck to our TBRs. I know I have, because I'm really good at doing that.
I changed my opinion so much. I changed like
It just depends. I think it depends on what you want to read, because I'm sure a lot of people do a TBR and think, I really wish I hadn't have picked that this time, because I'm not in the mood for it. And it depends with me, the weather as well. If it's like raining, I kind of think, I really want to go for something else. And I know that sounds really odd, but when you're reading the backs of them, I kind of think, and so I sneak another one in. Sometimes I change my mind. I'm pleased we don't do it in order of the month, because I think I change my mind a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was that one.
Right, well, thank you very much for watching once again. Please check out some of the other videos if you have not already. Subscribe or scribe.
Scribe, and it's growing, so thank you very, very much.
Yeah, isn't it?
For checking us out.
Yeah.
And I hope you like what we do.
Yeah.
Well, at least what I do.
So please check out some of the other stuff you haven't already. We've got some information about where you can find us, or where you can ask us questions if you wish, or suggest videos, suggest books to read, whatever.
And just pop them in the comments.
Yeah, you can do that in the comments. There's also like email and Twitter.
We
and
are really
Instagram.
good at getting back to people. I think we do like talking to people.
So
we try and
absolutely.
so if you do want to talk to us, please talk to us, and we'll do some more tags. If anyone's got a tag to give us, we'd love to do it, because we really, really enjoy the tags.
We do.
So if anybody wants to do a tag, or even come up with a tag,
or just come round to the house, just have dinner, just come round.
I think I'll go on a night out. But I think we want to do some tags. We're kind of trying to come up with some sort of original stuff, but it's quite hard because everyone's done them. Isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you do want to kind of any ideas that we could start a kick off
I've got an idea for one. I've just had it. I'll tell you about it after.
That'll be the extras.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.